YouTube, what up though, man? It's Road Runner J here, back with another video. This right here is gonna be my 1-month review of Maverick transportation. Telling you all about, I got it all written down in my notes. And I actually made this video three days ago, but I didn't like it. I left some stuff out, and I needed to figure out how to edit it and everything like that. But I'm gonna be talking about and going over my favorite loads, breakdowns, home loads, late for beginning of the week loads, truck cleanliness, showers, miles, truck wash, home time, pay, safety points, wrong turns, ratchet binders, 2-inch straps, shop, early starts, my steepest downgrade, trickiest town, or most irritating town to travel through, or big cities, you know. But before I start, I'm gonna find somewhere in this video my pay stub going over how much I made at Maverick Transportation so far, my year to date, and which will also be my last check. But keep in mind, my last check, Maverick, there's a $1,200 minimum of pay that they will give you every week, and if it's lower than that, it's because of you did something wrong. So on that week I had a breakdown. I had a breakdown. That was the load shift and the blowout. It's in one of my previous videos. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. But I had a load shift and a blowout, which I did not get paid for because it was deemed my fault. And that's only because when I picked it up, I didn't get the person that put it on the on my trailer. He didn't center it correctly, and when he didn't center it, I almost rolled over backing into a truck stop. You know, when I was at a TA, I was backing in, but I was kind of on a hill with that steel coil, so I almost rolled over with that. And I don't think that shifted the load, but they say that's why. But that was the real reason why, because it was a preventable accident. But that was the real reason that it was leaning to the side, because the person that put it on didn't put it to the center, and I was trying to get him to put it to center it, but I don't know, he wanted to be an asshole that day. So anyway, just for future references, make sure y'all, when people are placing things on y'all's trailers, make sure they center them from the center out on your trailer. Just keep that in mind. And I also got 3 safety points for that. So now I'm up to 7 safety points in 1 month. I'm up to 2 preventable accidents in 1 month, which is not good because I'm trying to go to another company. I'm just using Maverick to get experience, but I'm trying to go to another company, something drop and hook, something that allow me to get a lot of miles. There's nothing wrong with Maverick, but you know, I just don't want to do flatbedding in the winter time. So yeah, the companies I'm looking to go into require you to not have more than 2 preventable accidents. So I can't get any more, you know. But yeah, I'm up to 7 safety points, 4 for the collision on my first day when I ripped out the guy's headlight, and it's on my very first video, and 3 for that load shift. But here at Maverick, they do have opportunities to where you can get those safety points knocked down, but those preventable accidents are still on your driving record, so I can't do anything about that. But yeah, man, let's dive right into it. So my 1-month review, Maverick Transportation. My favorite loads are the transformers. Those are big green things that you see sitting in front of people's yards or apartment complexes. I actually made a video about that. It's all straps load. Then I like the assemblies, the big black things, the trailer part assemblies. That's actually on one of my videos. I like all strap loads, no tarp loads, palletized, freight, the PC coil strands. That's one of my videos. Those are the coils on pallets and they're eye to the sky that you had to throw straps over. That's the one where I threw the X strap over the front and rear coil, and then the center ones I just threw one strap. And then I like the concrete slabs. I only did that load once with my trainer. The concrete slabs are, I think, just 4 straps. And they actually require you to strap it their way. They give you like a sheet of paper that shows you like how to strap it. But those loads are typically for when warehouses are being built. The big slabs of concrete on the side that you see placing them up, that they're placing them up with cranes. Those are the concrete slabs. My breakdowns, I had 2 breakdowns. When breakdowns happen, Maverick tends to get someone out there to fix your tire, blowout, whatever it is, your light, whatever the case may be, in a matter of 90 minutes. I haven't had to wait any longer besides that load shift, and that was because of that load shift. They didn't want me traveling down the highway with that load shift, you know, because that's unsafe. Next, my home loads. I only made it home on Saturday a couple times, and that was because it was my fault. I didn't utilize my time correctly, and I didn't, I just didn't utilize my time correctly. I'm still learning, you know, still growing, still elevating. So every day is a learning lesson. But yeah, home loads, they're always good home loads. I just don't like the tarping part, but yeah. And Maverick tends to get you home every Friday, so they keep their word on that. I've been home every Friday, unless it was my fault. If it hasn't been a Friday, it's been a Saturday, you know, and if it's been a Saturday, I would go back out to work on that next Tuesday. So, but yeah, typically if it's a Friday, you're back out. If it's a Friday, you're back out on a Monday or a Sunday, depending on where your load is at. And then that guy's door hit my mirror. He was trying to get out. He was apologizing. That's why y'all saw me get a thumbs up, but he's good. But yeah, just keep in mind your home loads and home time. Depending on where your load is going to, like say you get a load, I'm gonna try to make this video as quick as possible, man. I don't want to make it real long, but your home loads, you're always home on Friday, depending on where your load goes to. That's all up to you and your trip planning. Like say you get home on a Friday morning or Friday afternoon, and your load goes way up to Wisconsin. That means that you have to leave Sunday night or sometimes Sunday to get closer to where, you know, you have to meet your delivery appointment date. And that's another thing in Maverick, late for beginning of week loads. I only done that twice. They require you on Mondays to deliver your loads no later than 10 a.m. I forgot what happens if you don't, but if you can't, just let your fleet manager know, and they'll let the place you're delivering to know that you'll be late. But that's all up to your trip planning, like I was just saying. You know, you want to trip plan properly while you're out here. And let's see what's next. Your truck cleanliness. Man, I wipe my truck down after I post trip every night, man. It's always dirty, you know. I get sweaty out here. You know, I try to shower at a Love's or Pilot or at the terminal, whichever one I'm closest to every night. But Sometimes we're not able to get showers in. Showers, if I can't get one in that night when I'm all sweaty and hot and nasty, I make sure I do it the very next morning. I don't care how much time I get. But you'll just go off duty for whenever you're taking a shower, to save your drive time, your 70 hour. But the showers at the terminals are free. Showers at Pilots and Loves are free as long as you get fuel there. You have to fuel up at 50 gallons. I've tried filling up at 100 gallons. I've done that 3 times and they don't give you 2 showers. You still only get 1, so keep that in mind. That's something I didn't know. Let's talk about the miles. Maverick's been giving me good miles. Y'all, let's see this on my check stub. My last check was 2,500 miles, but my pay didn't reflect that because of that breakdown that I had in that load shift. Like I said, I sat on the side of the road for 6 hours. Not on the side of the road. That breakdown, that whole process took me 6 hours to, 2 hours waiting on a police escort because of the load shift. Which I ended up limping down to a TA, on a flat tire and a load shift, which was 5 minutes down the road. And once I got there, a record met me there to ship the load over. I had to re-tarp and re-secure the load. That took like another hour and a half, that whole process. Then across the street was a TA where they repaired my tire. That was a whole another hour. So it was like a 6-hour process. I just went ahead, went in the sleeper berth, took my 10 hour, and made it home the next day. To keep in mind, for that load, I was already an hour out away from home to where I was about to do my 34-hour reset. So things like that happen, man. It's out of our control. But the miles are here. I'm in regional Midwest. The miles are here, man. Just utilize your time correctly. Make sure your loads are secured, tight, and tarp tight. Going through the Midwest, it gets really windy. That could blow your tarp off. You want to make sure it's not flapping out in the wind. But yeah, the miles are here. Maverick requires you to get a truck wash every 14 to 22 days. I always do that going home because there's a blue beacon out here in West Memphis, and I live in Memphis. So I always do that once I'm going on to my home time. And like I said, they try to make sure you're home every weekend. I have yet to stay out, not unless I wanted to, so keep that in mind. The pay is good. You'll see the pay. It's reflected on my check stub that I'm about to show y'all. Safety points, like I said, I got 7 safety points for that collision my first day and 3 for the load shift. You don't want to rack up on safety points, because that will require you to get additional training, and it'll start to cut into your check. You don't want to do that. Wrong turns. Also for those safety points, both of those were preventable accidents. So like I said, they're still on my record. And I'm only using Maverick for the experience. I'm looking into going drive-in, dropping hook due to the winter coming up. Other than that, man, I like flatbeds, all right. It just gets really hot out here. You get sweaty. I don't do sweating unless I'm working out or playing a sport or something like that. Wrong turns. I took a couple, like 2 or 3 wrong turns, man, when I was in Dallas. Got off on the wrong exit, had to drive through the city. It's a lot of narrow roads, but that was all right. Now, when I did Atlanta, man, I missed my turn. I panicked, turned onto a very narrow street where I turned into it was a Fiat dealership. I had someone help me back out of that dealership because I couldn't drive around. It was small. I had someone back me out of that dealership, help kind of direct me and stop traffic while I backed out and turned back onto the interstate. That process took about 5 to 6 minutes. It wasn't long, but yeah, that was up in Atlanta. So y'all want to pay attention to y'all's street signs whenever you're on a highway or interstate. Don't always follow your GPS. Like I said, make sure you trip plan properly. And then my other wrong turn was when I was up in a small town up in Iowa. But luckily there was a dirt lot where I can make my U-turn at and turn back out, Let's see what else. Ratchet binders. I figured out how to use the ratchet binders. What it was the ratchet binders that they originally gave me. 2 of them wouldn't unwind, so I had to get 2 new ones. Keep in mind, whenever you go get new equipment at the Maverick terminals, they require you to wait while they do a inventory check on your truck. Make sure you get all the proper amount of equipment. Make sure it's all working and not rusty. So yeah, they do give you new equipment and stuff to lube your equipment with, you know, to make sure it doesn't get stuck to where you can't unwind it like I had. The 2-inch strap, I have yet to use a 2-inch strap because I don't know how. I'm avoiding that. But like I said, I was avoiding the ratchet binders. And then I figured out how to use it. But those aren't hard. It's just, you know, make sure you got good equipment. The 2-inch strap, like I said, I have yet to use it. I only used it twice with my trainer, but I forgot since then. So yeah, and then the shop. Anytime you're in a shop, you got a breakdown, and if it's gonna take, you know, longer than 5 to 6 hours, they get you a hotel or either put you in their dorm for the night. But yeah, most of the terminals, shops are 24 hours. If not, they shut down at 12 a.m. But they're pretty fast about, you know, getting your truck fixed and everything. Then all the shops got, you know, all the terminals got showers except for all the terminals got shops except for it's a couple of them that don't. I forgot which one. I know the Portage one, Madison one has shops. The one in North Little Rock, Fort Smith, I think doesn't have a shop. That's the only one I could think of. Early starts. I like to start my days at 3, 4 a.m. in the morning. That way I can park it late. Not park it late, park it early, park it around 3, 4 p.m. You know, that way I have more time to sleep, more time to, you know, do what I want to do off the clock. But keep in mind, when you start early, there's no construction. Well, there is, but there's no one out working on the construction. So there's no construction, less police, less traffic. Just a lot of perks to, you know, waking up early. You're stopping early, stopping your day early. You're not getting caught up in a lot of traffic. So there's a lot of perks to, you know, starting your days early. You start late, you're getting caught in traffic, which is, I say late, which is late, I would say is about 7, 8 a.m. You're stopping your day around 5, 6. There's no truck parking at any of the TAs, pilots, or loves. There's construction everywhere. You're getting caught up in traffic, police jams, and it's just a lot of perks to, you know, waking up early. So I like to get early starts. But whenever you hit your ready to roll, let's say it's your very first load, and or if you're coming off of home time, like I'm gonna have to do tomorrow, which is Monday, I'm gonna have to wait to the fleet managers get in office to, you know, hit my ready to roll, which is around 7 a.m. They don't get in until 7:30, 8 a.m. So I have to wait on them. That way they can, you know, give me my load and dispatch me out. But I'm gonna be getting a late start to that day, so you wanna always make sure you get an early start to the day. I like getting early starts, man. Steepest downgrade. My steepest downgrade was a 7%. It was in Batesville, Arkansas. It wasn't too bad. You know, you just want to get yourself down to a low speed, which is about 40, 35 miles per hour. I want to say about 10 miles per hour under what the posted sign says for that steep downgrade. But my hardest one was in some hills in Alabama. But yeah, that was my steepest. That in Batesville, Arkansas. Then, you know, Mount Eagle. Mount Eagle is, man, it gets rough. So you want to make sure you're doing the proper brake checks, you know, before you go to Mount Eagle, because I done seen people's brakes smoke out. I haven't seen any accidents yet, but you want to make sure you're using the proper techniques that you were trained to, you know, go down those steep downgrades. But yeah, Mount Eagle and the one in Batesville, Arkansas is the steepest ones I done been to. Trickiest town I done drove through is Batesville, Arkansas. A lot of loops, hills, and narrow roads. You know, I don't really think it's made for trucking. The hills through Alabama, a lot of hills, man. You know, going up hills and you got those heavy loads, your speed is typically around 30 miles per hour to 50 miles per hour, depending on your load weight. So you're going up that hill slow. Then when you're going down, it gets real fast. So you want to make sure you're using your brake properly. Yeah, those are the trickiest towns I done drove through. In the big cities like Dallas, Atlanta. Just traffic, man. A lot of traffic jams. Yeah, man, like I said, I'm gonna find somewhere to put my check stub to show how much I made my whole time being at Maverick Transportation. When y'all see my check stub, you want to subtract my trainee pay, which is about $622 for, I want to say 3 to 4 weeks. Subtract that, so 612, 18. Do 1,800 and 1,850 minus what I made my year to date, and that's how much I made here at Maverick Transportation in 1 month. And like I said, it's a $1,200 minimum of what you'll make in a week here at Maverick. That's depending on your miles. If you had like a lot of miles that week, then it'll be a lot more. Like my highest check was $1,470 something bucks. But my lowest one was $822 because of that holiday. You know, when you miss days, that typically screws up your week. Like this check coming up finna screw my week a lot because I was on home time for about 3 to 4 days when I only requested a Friday, y'all. That's another thing about requesting days off, man. You wanna plan that out properly, because whenever you request off a Friday, what Maverick does is, if they don't have any loads in that area, or if they don't want to send you out to like Chicago or Indiana and get you stuck out up in that traffic, can potentially screw up your home time. You know, you want to make sure you plan that out properly. So what they'll do is, let's say your home time is on a Friday like mine was, you just wanted 1 day off that Friday. What they did was, it was Wednesday and they were trying to send me home, man. And I had just started on a Tuesday, so that week was already screwed up. I started on that Tuesday because my load wasn't scheduled to deliver till Monday or Tuesday. And that was that week I was coming off that load shift, you know, and I was ending my week on a Saturday, so I wanted my home time that week. But yeah, man, they typically tend to do that sometimes. You request 1 day off, which is a Friday, and they give you more days off than what you asked for. So yeah, just keep in mind, try to limit your home time. This is the first home time I done been off, you know, so yeah, I'm gonna find somewhere to upload my check stub at, man, and go get this workout in, man. You know, you gotta get that workout in, because you gotta think you're sitting in this truck, man. Your muscles getting stiff, you're not exercising unless you take it upon yourself to do so. So I'm gonna go get this workout in and finish up my home time, and I'll be back in this truck around like 12 a.m. to wake up at 7 a.m. and, you know, hit my ready to roll. See where I'm dispatched out at. So yeah, man, like, subscribe, comment. You got any questions for me, you know, and be on the lookout for my next video, which would be the next load I get, which is tomorrow, Monday. And yeah, man, this was the 1 month review of Maverick Transportation. I got no complaints, nothing bad to say about Maverick. I like it here so far. It's a good company for beginners. So yeah, man, like, subscribe, comment, share.